Eric, people call inflation the silent demolition crew, okay? Or the silent killer or whatever you want to say. How does a static retirement plan fail when faced with the rising cost of living?
Yeah, well, I mean, doing this for 30 years now, I actually get to see what's happened to my clients and what they say during this time frame. And yeah, I have one client that yeah, she had no idea that after about 15 years, her expenses all have doubled. And under normal inflation, that'd be more like 20 years. Now, sometimes it depends on luck of the draw. What are you spending money on? What types of things went up, right? Healthcare goes up faster, typically, historically. So there's definitely some things that seniors pay, a lot more tax on and that stuff. And when you're retired, yeah, you're gonna, have that inflationary tax hit you and get higher and higher. Hopefully you pay off the mortgage, but a lot of, income doesn't go up as much. And so, Social Security tends to lag, inflation somewhat. And, so that's one of the things you have to be paying attention to are your assets growing more? Or do you have some stuff for growth along with having stuff with income? And you also don't want to have that same income 20 years from now. I mean, just think whatever you made 20 years ago. Would
Yeah.
you still be happy living on that today? Probably not. And
Probably
so,
not.
yeah, we need to have a plan for that because it is, whatever you want to call it, stealth tax, hidden tax, lots of different things. But yeah, it's definitely stealing some of that money and making everything more expensive.
Yeah, I think back to when my husband Bobby had his first job, and we were so excited about how much he was making. Oh my gosh. If you if we had that amount now, oh, wow, we would be, struggling. But I do wanna bring up Social Security. You touched on Social Security. It is one of the few assets where they do adjust for inflation a tiny bit. How do you help your clients optimize Social Security?
Yeah, well, Social Security is getting tougher and tougher because when I started in the business, in the 90s, they said Social Security was going to have issues in the 2030s. And that sounded like so far away. And yeah, right now, yeah, I recently got my own Social Security report and it says now 2034. And they changed the phraseology. Now they'll say they'll pay $810 for every $1,000 of benefits, which is a super complicated way of saying that they're gonna give everybody a 19% pay cut. And
Interesting.
so that's if nothing changes. Well, it's getting closer and closer to that. We're 8 years away. So, yeah, it's getting scarier and scarier. So that's one of those things where, Social Security does keep up with inflation, it does have that cost of living, and so you do wanna make sure you get the most, but again, you do wanna make sure you get it. And so I wouldn't say just go turn it on just because there may be issues. I would say still you wanna have a plan, but, sometimes it makes sense to turn it on sooner because you can then let your other assets grow that are most likely growing more than Social Security. So, lots of times people do the wrong analysis with Social Security. They just try to maximize Social Security dollars, but again, we're maximizing a lifetime income for the person and which
Mhm.
one gives them the most net worth. And that's the one we want to, really take care of because yeah, if take getting more Social Security now gets you having more money that's growing at a faster pace, you'll actually outpace inflation even better,
Mhm.
by
So
using
yeah.
those dollars, not your own.
That's what I love, is you look at the whole picture
Yep.
and and you say that this is what's gonna help you in the long run, and I love that. So a lot of people, Eric, assume that Social Security is tax-free, but that's not the case. And so
Nope.
talk about how the 2025 tax law affected those benefits.
Well, first and foremost, it did 0. I wanna be making it super clear. If anybody says they did anything to eliminate taxes on Social Security, that is outright lie. They did not change a single thing on Social Security taxation. What they did do is if you're 65, regardless if you have Social Security or not, you might get an extra $6,000 standard deduction. The reason why I say might is if you're single, it starts phasing out at 75,000 of income, which includes that Social Security money. and and then if you're married, it starts phasing out 150,000. So a lot of people may get it, a lot of people may not. It had nothing to do with you being on Social Security or not, because if you're still working and you're not going to turn on Social Security till 70, you still get the $6,000 tax for senior deduction. And if you're 62 and turned on Social Security, you get no extra deduction. So, again, proof that they did not change that. The worst thing about Social Security taxation is they first started taxing in the 80s. Then they raised it a little bit more in the 90s, but they never, ever, ever indexed those with inflation. And so the rich people of the 90s, those who made 25,000 single or 34,000 married, speaking of
Rich,
inflation,
rich. Yeah,
yeah, that was
yeah,
rich in the 90s.
yeah.
Those are the same numbers today. So I've got a
Mm,
lot of clients where just their Social Security alone causes their Social Security to get taxed, regardless if they take out other money. So yeah, it just count on it being taxed. They don't tax 15% of it on the federal side, which is nice, and most states don't tax it. So it is still fairly tax friendly, but not like people think. Yeah, it's not
right,
tax
right.
free.
Okay, so with this whole complexity of the one big beautiful bill that you're just talking about, people are gonna like go, "Is my plan optimized? How do I know?" Tell us how you help your clients evaluate their current tax strategy, Eric.
Yeah. So the nice thing is once you have that blueprint to worry less wealth, you've got that lifetime income plan and you see where your money is going to come from year by year by year. We can see taxes year by year. We can see what will happen when you hit your mid 70s, either 73 or 75, and you have that required minimum distribution. It's scary how much people's taxes go up by then. And so the nice thing is we've got a chart where you can look at year by year what's your tax rate's going to be and what's your lifetime tax, and then what we can do is say, well, what if we change some of these things? What if we, tweak something? What if we turn on Social Security here versus there? Things like that. Does it lower your lifetime tax bill? Does it increase your net worth? These are things that we want to look at. So it's really easy inside piece of software that has that. And when you're looking at everything, the hard part is really tough for just a regular consumer to be able to do that. And so that's why we're here. We can help people go through that planning, figure that out, and get a lot more information. So if you did want to set up a time to talk, all you have to do is text the word visit to 800-454-1184. Again, text the word visit 800-454-1184, or click the link below.
And we're so happy to have you with us today. I'm Luann Fulmer here with Eric Heckman of Heckman Financial, right here in Silicon Valley. He is a certified financial planner helping people have remarkable retirements. He's been doing this for over 30 years. And so this type of tax analysis and, this blueprint to worry less well, this is something you are offering to our listeners right now. So I love that. A lot of people calling in about these things, Eric.
Yeah, no, a lot of people call on, about lots of different questions. And so sometimes when we do that first phone call is what we call our worry less wealth visit, where we just find out what are you worried about, right? What are your concerns? Is there something quick and easy we can just help you with? And my team will work on that. If it's something that's more complex where you need that blueprint, then that's when we set up that time. We don't actually even charge a fee for that. We actually give up. It takes about 4 or 5 hours of our team's time to prepare everything, and then meet with you and go over it all. And once you can see where you're headed, see what's working, what's not, then it's up to you if you want to work with us or not. So we either decide to work together or part as friends, but it's a very simple process. So yeah, I'd really urge people that are, if they're 55 to 65, you definitely, that's the time frame. You really should be taking action. So again, if you want to get a little bit more information, just text the word visit to 800-454-1184. Again, text the word visit 800-454-1184, or click the link below.
All right, still more to come. Don't go away with Eric Heckman on Wealth Creator Radio. We'll be right back.